I think every K-pop stan has a love-hate relationship with this industry. Most of us are here because of our love for the game, the music, the art, the personalities, and obviously everything that makes it enjoyable. On the other hand, we have countless scandals, toxicity, corrupt politics, and so many other things that exist within any industry. Most fans don't just accept it. Many of us care deeply and actively try to improve the industry in any way we can. However, I think we also know it may never fully change. It's disappointing to say the least, but not surprising. And ultimately, it's our love for the art that fuels our desire to stay and fight for a healthier, more ethical industry. But what if I tell you that's in danger as well? AI seems to be everywhere these days. It's the future. It'll make life easier, and other more useful things. I think it's amazing how far we've come. I'm confident AI and technology will genuinely improve our lives, and I'm all for it. Unless I honestly wouldn't be making a video about AI if it weren't for the ways people use it these days. But more specifically, AI usage in art. Whether you're into K-pop or not, you've probably seen how AI has become a trend and is threatening artists' jobs. I'm honestly terrified about what this means for the future. As someone who believes in true artistry, and as a human being, I'm strongly against using AI in any form of art. It's simple. Art and AI doesn't add up. Art is about human expression and creativity, while AI is literally not human. Yet lately, AI has been spreading through the K-pop industry like the Black Plague, and while it may seem obvious why it shouldn't be the norm, let me explain why this is such a big problem. But before we talk about what is AI art in K-pop, let me tell you what is not. Repeat with me. Virtual idols are not made by artificial intelligence. Let's be clear, virtual idols like wayv, clay, and others that look animated were created by real artists. These 3D models are crafted by real people, so to call them AI is pretty degrading. Plus, these virtual idols are performed by real singers and dancers behind the scenes. Whether mock-up or animated, the performance itself was created by a human, which many people don't seem to realize. Think of them as VTubers. Yes, the character you see technically isn't real, but behind them is someone who is. So to deem them as AI generated is quite the understatement. I'm pretty sure there was some AI assistance, but AI creating? I don't think so. They are literally just K-pop versions of Hatsune Miku. So can we please stop calling them AI idols when they are anything but that? Because trust me, we have much bigger problems we need to worry about. A trend I've been seeing lately are K-pop groups who are using AI just to critique it. Now I put this first because some people actually think this is excusable, and even though I am still very much against it, I can understand why they'd think that way. 17 recently had a comeback with Maestro, and from what I gather, the song's message emphasizes how the human mind will always triumph over machines, and in this case AI. The controversy sparked with the first music video teaser, where they used AI to demonstrate how AI could never replace true artists. In the teaser, 17 made it clear up front that AI was used, along with their reasoning behind it. Given that context, I understand why most people were okay with it. The message was pretty obvious. See this AI stuff? It's ugly. Throw it away. Now, let me show you what real artistry looks like. But the rebuttal here is, did they have to use AI? I get what they were trying to convey, but they could have just as easily used a real artist to mimic the look of AI-generated content. It would still get the point across without relying on the very thing they were critiquing. You get me? You're trying to say fuck AI by using AI. It's quite contradictory. That said, this situation isn't the worst. At least the final video didn't include any AI, and 17, of all groups, would likely stand against using it. So, in this case, it's somewhat acceptable. But that's where it stops, because the next examples, it's like giving a middle finger to all the artists and creative minds that keep this industry alive. If there's one thing these groups have in common, it's their focus on artistry. The people behind them have created some of the best art K-pop has ever seen. So when I say I'm so fucking disappointed with their use of AI, I really mean it. My love for Red Velvet is through the roof. It's always been me and them against the world. But now they've turned on me. Red fucking Velvet, one of the most artistically proven pop groups ever, is using AI, ladies and gentlemen. My disappointment is immeasurable, and my day is ruined, because why on earth would you do any of this? Like, how hard is it to rent some house in America at night that you have to resort to using AI? They literally did it 7 years ago, and it looked 10 times better. Like, where's the source? Where is the creativity? And who the fuck is that? Unlike Maestro, this isn't even a song meant to critique AI, so there was absolutely no reason for this to happen. Singing about how love is astronomical while using AI. Like, come on girl, put the mid-journey down. I know SM has always been interested in AI technology since the death of Van Gogh, but there's surely a limit. Look at aespa, who this year released one of the best music videos ever. The imagery is simply biblical to say the least. Watching the behind-the-scenes footage really deepened my appreciation for it, knowing how tough the planning and conceptualizing must have been. Pulling off shots like these is truly rewarding to the people involved, and that's why I think the videos are 10 out of 10. But of course they had to use AI in the same fucking video. Holy shit SM, how stupid are you? At least they blatantly cover it up by only including it for a few seconds. But if it's only a few seconds, then couldn't you have just let a real artist do it? If it was supposed to be a critique as well, they could have pulled it off with real art. They did it in Supernova, capturing the uncanniness of AI, so why couldn't they do the same with Armageddon? Surely it wouldn't hurt their wallets. Putting out visuals like these, while also settling with this, it doesn't add up. The worst part is these are groups from relatively rich companies. They've all got the resources to literally make anything, and yet they don't. At least we have smaller artists who are willing to put more effort because they know their careers aren't secured. Right? Billy, what have they done to you? I was rooting for you all this time, calling you the next Red Velvet, the rebirth of w.i.s.h, the K-pop group to pursue endless creativity. But I guess they did follow through, because they fucking gave me 6 fingers. It's honestly been so frustrating to look at any art piece and find myself counting fingers, just to confirm if it's AI generated or not. The thing is, Billy's album covers have always been works of art. I honestly believe you could put these in a museum and the British would steal it. So it's really disappointing that they had to settle with using AI for reasons I don't even want to know. There's also Kiss of Life's recent teasers that are just disappointing. Like, what the fuck is that? That's the thing too, some of these can be so horrendous even for AI standards. I mean it when I say that Maiden's Uno is the worst video I have ever seen. I can't just imagine anyone greenlighting any of these shit thinking no one would notice. God, I hope I didn't, but I did, and now I'm angry. But you know which group using AI really had me throwing up? Like an Asian parent finding out their kid wants to pursue arts. I was heavily scarred. This one hurt me because Loona has always been an inspiration for my own creations. I wouldn't even think of pursuing art as a career and a hobby if it weren't for Loona. Their producers and directors have made some of my favorite works in media ever, and seeing those same people work with Artemis, I only expect the best. But to see these instead, I'll need a word stronger than disappointing. This was them in the same album, and look at the difference. And the worst part, every single one of these so-called AI art is so fucking ugly it's honestly offensive. Especially knowing that they have presented some amazing visuals throughout their amazing careers. I'm just really confused why they had to resort to using AI. It's obviously not a money problem. I'm also sure there are plenty of great artists out there available. So like, why? Is it a creativity problem? I hope not. But hey, at least we still have music sung by real people. Right? You were probably wondering why I didn't include Navis in the virtual idol category, when it seems like she is one. Thing is, she is a bit complicated. SM hasn't been clear about what Navis is beyond the law. We just recently saw her debut as a soloist, which is already crazy to say in itself, but we move. Anyway, Navis has had many iterations over the years, but let's focus on the one we see in the music video and interviews, as I think this is the most realized version of her. Her recent debut has sparked some theories. Some people have said she is entirely AI generated, which I just can't imagine. If we look at her actual physical figure, I think it's safe to say that is a real person performing. Unless they've made Unreal Engine 20, no 3D model looks or moves that natural. So real person with a real body, no problem with that. But what about that face? Well, I think most people would agree that it's a deepfake. Deepfake technology has been a thing for a while now that is used strategically in movies and such, but in my opinion it's quite unnecessary. Though I'll say it takes more effort than usual AI generation. So I guess it is an impressive feat for technology. But in art, not so much. They could have easily hired someone who looks virtually generated. So no, I don't see the reason why they needed to deepfake a face into another person's body. And in general, I don't think deepfakes should even be a thing, let alone encouraged. We've seen the real-life implications of this thing, and most of it has not been great. So yeah, the face is AI, and also very unethical. But I think the biggest problem here is the song, specifically her voice. SM themselves have stated that the singer's voice is AI generated. Let me repeat that again. The voice of the singer is AI fucking generated. Now we don't exactly know how AI generated it is. Some say it's the voices of all 4 members combined. Some say it's built from the ground up, which doesn't make sense. While some have said they got 12 other singers' voices that AI had to learn and I guess replicate. Honestly, it doesn't matter because the bottom line is that this is not any real person's voice. And don't even piss me off telling me it's part of the concept and that makes it okay. You're essentially defending something that has no soul. How hard would it have been to find someone who can sing? After 30 years in the industry, surely there's someone with talent and dreams right on your doorstep waiting to be hired. All of that is possible while still portraying a character meant to represent AI. You don't get a real murderer to play a serial killer in a movie now, do you? Exactly. There are talented people out there who can sing, dance, act, and above all, portray emotions that AI will never ever be able to. But at least we still have artists writing the music. We're so fucked. This is the part where I really lost it. First of all, I'm not intending any hate towards Suho and Belle. I'm sure they're both nice people who don't deserve any negativity aimed at them. But give me 2 minutes. For context, both Belle and Suho were invited to this show where they text each other anonymously, trying to figure out who the other person is. They sometimes share screenshots of their phones as hints, making it a playful and engaging interaction. These two are also known to have written music for themselves and other musicians, so it seems like a light-hearted fun exchange between 2 artists. So please tell me why they immediately thought of AI when talking about songwriting.
여자분 같았거든요. 음악하나?
But wait, let's hear them out.
나 음악도 해. 가사 쓰기 좋지.
가장 마지막으로
치즈의 종류에 관한
왜 치즈?
관한 곡을 썼거든. 이런 식으로 쓰면 좋더라.
When asked by Belle about why he has ChatGPT on his phone, Suho specifically states that he uses it to find adjectives related to cheese, which is a song that he has. In that case, I can completely understand. Like I said in the beginning, AI should be used as a tool to improve quality of life. Suho's usage of ChatGPT is basically a simpler Google search. As someone who writes scripts, I can be lost for words sometimes. And so I too use GPT for synonyms and sometimes paraphrase a sentence. And in return, it makes my content better, my scripts more concise, and that entertains all of you. None of the words were made by AI, and the idea itself was made by a human. That is how AI should be used, as a tool. Until.
빵에 대한
곡 쓰고 싶으면
빵으로 가사 써줘.
아
1차원적이지 다소.
좋다.
Now you could take what she said with a grain of salt, because this could have been a silly joke between artists or something. So I guess it shouldn't be taken too serious.
챗GPT를 작곡가들이 많이 쓰거든요. 근데 되게 창의적이게 잘 쓰시더라고요.
Right. What really got me was how she labeled it as creatively, implying that there were other less creative ways writers are using it. They talked about it like it was a normal occurrence within the industry, which makes you really think, how much do we not know? And even scarier, will it ever stop? I just found out that the music video for Cheese had obvious AI usage as well. So yeah, it's so over. Remember what I said in the intro that K-pop isn't an all morally green place? Like yes, there are plenty of problems with the industry, yet we still go with it. Why? Because of the art, the entertainment, the good stuff. And that could all be threatened because of AI. The thing is, this isn't just a simple K-pop problem. This AI stuff has real-world implications and affects real people, and it's heartbreaking to see it being encouraged. It goes beyond art. It's a threat to humanity as a whole. I don't want to get too serious for a little K-pop video, but it's all true. The notion that AI could take over isn't a joke anymore, it's a genuine concern. If it's infiltrating something as fun as K-pop, who knows how far it could extend? If you're going to take the only thing that makes us fans put up with the bullshit, why should we even be here? I apologize for ending on such a dramatic note, but that's how I truly feel. I know the world has always had its issues, but it doesn't have to fully be this way. Normally this is where I'd throw in a cool K-pop art montage, but today, I'm just going to shamelessly plug a video I made a while back. It's simply a tribute to all the hard work and passion K-pop artists have poured into their craft over the years. Or if you're in the mood for something shorter, check this out instead. Either way, let these be a reminder that while AI might replicate our techniques, it can never capture the true essence of creation. It can imitate or even steal our art, but the emotions, experiences, and humanity behind it can never be replaced.